What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to my rise to fame. So here we are today, the Champions League final, the biggest game I've ever managed in. Now, I know I've managed in the Copa America, but the Champions League is the second biggest tournament, or the European Champions League anyway, is the second biggest tournament in the world. It's a 5-star reputation, just like the World Cup, but it's ranked below it. So this is the biggest game I can possibly really be in charge of. And, you know, I really want to win this. You know, every possible trophy this year would have been won by Chelsea if we win today. This would be my 20th trophy as a manager, and it would mean next year we would enter every competition that is possible for an English club to enter. And, you know, fingers crossed we can achieve that. So, going to talk about some stuff that's happened very recently. Basically, I got two job interviews. I got Real Madrid and Manchester United both offering me job interviews. I turned both of them down. I don't plan on leaving Chelsea yet. I do plan on leaving Chelsea in maybe the next 2-3 years. Even if it means I stay for the rest of the contract here, I don't think I'll extend my contract with Chelsea, which ends in 2027. So the maximum stay I'll be here for is 3 more years, because I still have that ambition to go to Africa. I still have that ambition to manage in North America, Asia, and South America, and win Champions Leagues and continental competitions there. So don't think I'm just going to sit at Chelsea and, you know, win the rest of my stuff here. I am still going to explore the world. I am going to still manage other clubs, but I still want to win loads more things with Chelsea. And I want to try and win everything in 1 year. And that's what this year is sort of about. So, yeah, I basically got interviews with Man U. I'm surprised Man U sacked their manager, but it does mean next year we'll have a new Man U manager to look forward to. After dominating Man U this year in what was a surprisingly poor year for them. They did manage to finish second, but they were very poor throughout the first half, pretty much 3/4 of the season. And they gained it back near the end. But yeah, new Man U manager, so we'll look forward to playing him and hopefully dominating him, having a really good record against Man U. But for today's game, we're just going to go into it. So, Chelsea versus Juventus. This is the chance for Chelsea to win their 3rd ever Champions League in their history. The first time, of course, in 2012 against Bayern Munich. The second time was back in 2017 for Chelsea when they drew 1-1 to Bayern Munich in normal time, went all the way to penalties, and Chelsea won yet again on penalties against Bayern Munich, and this was held in Berlin in Germany. So 2 out of 2 now, Chelsea have beaten Bayern Munich in Germany, basically their own backyard. So, I know technically it wasn't at their stadium, but the second time, this time, or whatever. Chelsea also got to the final back in the first season of the game, back in 2015, sorry. I don't know, whatever, we'll just do it this way, because there's some reason that went a bit weird there. But back in 2014-2015, they also got to the final and lost in extra time to Bayern Munich. That was held in the same stadium they then later went on to beat Bayern Munich at. So, Chelsea have got a decent record in this. If we were to win this today, we'd become a relatively successful team in the Champions League. One of the most successful teams. I mean, once you get past the likes, actually not one of the most successful teams, but we'd be one of the most successful teams from England. Once you eliminate Man U's 5 and Liverpool's 5, if we win today, we'll become the 3rd most successful team from England, from Britain even, to win the Champions League. So, yeah, you know, a lot of ambitions today, real big ambitions. It's been so long since Chelsea have even been in a final, so it's nice to finally get there. So we're playing Juventus today, and now Chelsea have played Juventus twice in their history. Both of them occurred in the, both of them obviously occurred in one season, back in 2015 in the quarterfinals. So the year they got to the final and lost to Barcelona was the year they played Juventus. So it's been a long time since any Chelsea team has come up against Juventus. Chelsea won 3-1 on both occasions against Juventus, and in fact, Oscar scored in both games, and Hazard also appeared in both games. So, hopefully Oscar, who is starting today, of course, coming back from his injury, hopefully he can have a good game. Now, people who actually were in the last time, or in the final, played in the final, last time Chelsea won a Champions League, were Courtois, Stones, Hazard, and Oscar. So 4 previous Champions League winners are in this side. So hopefully they'll be the players having the game of their lives, because we need some people to lead the team by example, and it's got to be hopefully them 4 players. So running through the team today, we have Courtois in goal, Ndeye at right back, Stones, Maurice, and Bellamy making up the rest of the defence. Now, I'm pretty content with that defence. Obviously, I would like to have Tristan Ferreira in the team, but Bellamy has played 24 games, or started 24 games this season, came on as a sub in 12, scored 2 goals, has a really good average rating. So, like I say, I'm content with Bellamy being in there. He performed in the FA Cup final as well, and nothing says to me, well, he could have a bad game today, but I don't think it'd be the fact that he was young or that he's not a good player. I think it would be down to the fact that, you know what, everyone has a bad game, and his one would be today. But let's hope that doesn't happen. Elsewhere in defence midfield, we have Nathan Pearce. Centre mid is John Mbele. Attacking midfielder right is Hazard. Centre attacking mid is Oscar. And left attacking mid is Marcos Parker. And up front we have Colin Gell. So that is the only surprise inclusion in this side. And the reason for that is because I ran out of patience with Jean-Claude Cabba. I felt his performances near the end of the season, at the run up to the end of the season, were just not good enough. Now, I don't think I mentioned this, but Cabba actually wants to leave the side, or has hinted that he wants to leave the side. Basically, I think maybe a month or two before the end of the season, Bayern Munich came forward and said they were interested in trying to sign Cabba, and he said he wanted to leave to join Bayern Munich, and that the only way to keep Cabba at the team was to win the Champions League. Now, his performances toward the end of the season, and after Bayern Munich came forward and said that, showed to me that maybe he's got a lack of loyalty to the team. So, in a game that he would prove is the most important of his career so far, and, you know, is such a massive game that anyone wants to be included in, I've dropped him, and that's his punishment. And I know for a fact Colin Gell isn't the same player as Cabba. I mean, Colin Gell obviously isn't at the same level as Cabba, but the way Cabba's playing currently, I don't see a difference between the two. Now, Cabba could very easily come on, and probably will come on in this game, but like I say, it's his punishment. Now, if this had occurred early on in the season where Cabba was having a bad game, so I would have dropped him then. But because we're so close to the end of the season, in fact, at the end of the season, I still feel I've got to drop him. I can't keep putting him out there because it's such a big game. I'd rather have a youngster with something to prove out there to try and get the goal, or get the goals that we want. Also, as well, because of Gell being put in the team, we now have 4 Englishmen in this starting lineup alone, and plus we have Kearns on the bench as well. So, and Jim Campbell, so 5, and Reece Cope actually. So 6 people in this 18-man squad are from England. So a third of the squad is English, which is a pretty nice thing to have. And obviously there could potentially be more in the future. Emery is in the reserves. Jim Mitchley is in the reserves. There's another young goalkeeper that come through our youth system this year. I didn't really point out because I don't really feel the need to. I'm not sure if he'll ever really make it. And plus Courtois could very easily make it a few more years. So yeah, I'm not going to go too into that. But yeah, I think this is the team for today. It's the same tactic we've played throughout this entire season. And let's get into this massive, massive game today. Come on, Chelsea. Let's win our 3rd Champions League. Let's win our 5th trophy of the season with Chelsea. And the 6th from my point of view. So, top goal scorers in the tournament this year is Jean-Claude Cabba with 16 goals. So, maybe my choice to drop him would be a bit surprising, but like I said, I felt it's in my right to do that. So Juventus have gone out there with a 5-3-1-2 or a 5-4-1 maybe. I don't know how you want to perceive that, but whatever. It's a 4-3-1-2, narrow. And I know a few people in this team. So Szczesny I know, Paul Pogba I know, Alex Silva and Iwandro I know. Alex Silva, Iwandro because of course they're Brazilian people and the people that I pick in my Brazil team. James McCarthy is on the bench, our ex-player. He was actually nominated for a Ballon d'Or thanks to his incredible performances at Atletico at the end of last season and beginning of the current season. And that actually earned him a move to Juventus. So James McCarthy moving around, although he's not having a good time at Juventus, which is why he's not in the starting lineup today. But I'm confident we can do well in this against this tactic. I think if we attack the wings, we will do very, very well. And the wings are not often where we attack, and it's where a lot of our quality is. Parker and Hazard are great players on the wing, and our wing backs are, most importantly, Ndeye, our right back, is a very good fullback, and Bellamy's got a lot of pace and can cause a lot of trouble. So, yeah, I'm happy and confident with the tactic we're coming up against. So, let's just get, where is he? Jody Morris to do the tactical instructions. We'll get Tony to do the team talk, and away we go. Chelsea versus Juventus. Let's just double check we're on extended highlights. No, we're not. We'll go on extended highlights. Chelsea versus Juventus in the Champions League final. First time these two clubs have met in 9 years. So, yeah, you know, obviously we're not too familiar with each other, but that makes the tie a little bit better in my opinion. So, Juventus could be getting the first highlight of the game, and they probably will. It's a long shot from Paul Pogba, and it's wide of the mark. So, Juventus starting off relatively brightly. 10 minutes in now, going to get another highlight. It's us attacking down the right-hand side. Oscar trying to thread the ball through, can't. And Mbele trying to find Colin Gell again, can't. And we're trying to prevent a counter-attack, which we do, and we can again try and initiate another attack. Colin Gel was through, and Colin Gel has given Chelsea the lead in the Champions League final. It's taken the youngster 11 minutes, but he's found the back of the net. Maybe there was a suspicion of offside there. It looked very close. But no, it was no way offside. Hazard with a beautiful wasted pass to Gel. Gel with an even better first-time shot. I think on his stronger right foot. I'm not sure what foot he was. Maybe you guys saw it before, but I didn't quite remember, or I don't quite know anyway. But a great goal from Gel, and he's given us the lead, and that is the most important thing. And it proves I made the right choice by sticking him up front. It proves that my decision to drop Kaba has paid off. So yet again, now Gel involved in the play. Hopefully he'll have a cracking game from this point on. Here is Oscar in the box being brought down. Oscar picks it up again, but this time Szczesny is able to get the save. So another good opportunity from us. We're trying to whip this one in from the corner and can't find a blue shirt, but Oscar means we retain possession. In the end, it's a challenge. So, I thought it was going to be end highlight. It's not. Juventus going down the other end. No, we do manage to stop that one out. So, oh my God, this is exciting times. Biggest game of my managerial career. Champions League. Eden Hazard bombing that down one side and Gel forcing another save from Szczesny. It's good to see that Gel chance wasn't actually a clear opportunity or a half chance. So he did well to finish that, you know. And you can probably ask more of maybe the keeper and the defence in that situation from Juventus. But I have to say well done to the striker for that. And Hazard as well for, of course, you know, without his pass, without his... as you know, with a poor pass in that situation, Gel wouldn't have got the goal probably. As Courtois, a fantastic save, but unable, or pretty much powerless to keep out the rebound. As Material, I think I'm going to pronounce it like that because it's probably not Material. With the goal for Juventus, Alex Silva with a dangerous cross. I know that from his Brazil days. And Iwandro as well with a lovely header. Maurice did well to block the first original rebound, but the second one, like I say, Courtois was still behind a crowd of players. It was impossible for him to save that from that sort of distance as well. So Juventus back in the game at 1-1. Here we are from a corner. Oscar getting the ball is tackled, but we get another chance surely from this right-hand side to whip it back in. Parker plays it to Eden Hazard, and he is stopped. Colin Gel's there, but the angle was pretty much impossible for him, and we're going to get ourselves another corner. Parker whipping it in, unable to find Stones at the far post. And I'd be surprised if this highlight amounted to anything now, even though Hazard's still going. It's going to go out for a throw-in deep in Juventus' half. So, disappointing to throw away our one-goal advantage, but Juventus have had better chances than us and probably maybe deserve a goal. Here's Bellamy down the left, back to Parker, who can't whip it in. Bellamy's going to pick it up though and going to hopefully initiate another attack. We're spreading it out to the other wing, which is good, creating space for our players. Oscar picking up the ball to Eden Hazard. Bang! Eden Hazard with a goal. The creator turned goal scorer in this game. And as it said at the bottom, it was a superb flowing move to switch play to the other side of the pitch. Oscar with a nice pass to Hazard. Again, he did well to get back on side, to manage to turn and to place it in the back of the net. Near post as well. Well done from Hazard. 2-1 Chelsea. Now let's hope we can retain this or maybe grow on this lead. Hazard to the right to Oscar. A good save from Szczesny. Now we're creating a few more opportunities. We're playing a little bit better. Juventus, it's been a while since Juventus have actually had a highlight, which is good. You know, the quieter we can keep them, the better. I don't know why Stones and Maurice are having really bad ratings, but I guess it's because Juventus has had a few chances and they have to blame someone for the chances, but I think it's a little bit harsh. Courtois with a nice save there, although it was going wide, so it looked better than it actually was. And wow, Hazard scuffed clearance, I think that was almost troubling Courtois, or could have troubled him in a different situation. But 2-1 at half-time, and that is perfect. We've got the lead. Now it's about keeping it and maintaining it. Of course, Chelsea have had 3 Champions League finals in the, well, 3 if you count the real one, and the 2 in the game. And none of them have been finished in 90 minutes. All of them have been forced into extra time, and the 2 at Chelsea have won have gone all the way to penalties. So I'd like to win the first in 90 minutes if I could. But that does require us to keep Juventus quiet for pretty much a full second half. And with the quality they've got in their team, that might be pretty hard. So, bit of a hopeless ball forward. And Juventus pretty much throwing away possession, which I'm surprised at from us. Then again, no, I don't really play an extended highlight, so I don't normally see these things. Bellamy having a lot of trouble down that left-hand side with the quality of Alex Silva. But we get the ball back. Pierce with a lovely challenge. And Gel going through on goal. Gel one-on-one with the keeper. Got to score. And oh my God. That's the situation where you'd say Kaba might have finished it if he'd have been on the pitch. But still, Gel's rating didn't go down for that. But that was a massive opportunity wasted to put the game beyond Juventus. And Courtois have a good save. Juventus obviously going to try and push more people forward as the game goes further on. So it'll be how we deal with the increased pressure. And Daye down the right-hand side got a lot of space to run into, and he's still running. I'm surprised that wasn't a highlight. Anyway, corner, Parker whipping it in, and oh my god, Colin Gell twice was prevented there. The first time it was a good save, the second time it was off the line, and now Juventus have gone down the other end and scored. Oh my god. I want to watch that again. Not just the goal. I mean, it's shocking defensively, but this right here. Gell with a great header with it was blocked. The second one was cleared off the line by Alex Silva. Alex Silva's clearance then pretty much became an assist as Bellamy. I mentioned that a youngster could make a mistake, and he did make a mistake. And the attacker did well to round the keeper. Still can't take that away from him, but wow. To almost go 3-1 ahead to throw back to 2-2. You know, the range of emotions there. As Colin Gell yet again unable to get his shot on target. Right, going to make a change. We're going to take Maurice off. We're going to bring Sutar on. And we are going to keep that the same as Juventus now. Have a corner, cleared away by Mbele. Here is Colin Gell with the ball, playing it forward to Oscar. Play it out wide, he does to Hazard. Hazard, look to whip it in, or go yourself, you're Hazard. Bow down to the almighty Hazard. Second goal of the game, 36th goal of the season, 3-2 Chelsea. Eden Hazard is an absolute beast. I mean, I was asking for the cross, but once he gets in this situation, I knew he was going to score. It's just the quality of the player. 15 minutes remaining. Juventus looking for their third equaliser of the game. And they've whipped it in. It's slightly cleared away, but still in the box, still in a dangerous area. And Juventus do get their third equaliser of the game. Pretty much an instant reply from them. Wow, what a game. We're going to make a change. We're going to bring Kaba on. Gell's had a good game, but Kaba could bring that little bit more quality. We need in the attacking third of the pitch to get the fourth goal. Oh, sorry about that. But you could argue defensively is where we need to improve. 3-3 is not exactly great. And in fact, I've got an idea. I might bring Jim Campbell on and take Mbele off if we can get the fourth goal. And that is the if. Here we go from kickoff. Jean-Claude Kaba, his first involvement in the game. And he pretty much assists Eden Hazard to get his hat-trick. Kaba has an instant impact in the game. I couldn't think of the word there. We're going to bring Jim Campbell on. It does mean Kearns, who I would have loved to have brought on in the game. It's not going to get an appearance in the Champions League final. Instead, we're going to bring Jim Campbell on, a slightly more defensive player, a bit more quality in terms of his defending attributes. Bring him on for Mbele to play in that centre midfield role. Hopefully let us, or enable us to control the midfield or help defend the midfield a little bit more. But Kaba, who probably would have scored if the shot wasn't blocked, ended up, like I say, assisting Hazard, or technically or basically assisting Hazard, although I don't think it will technically count as an assist. From kickoff, yet again we go. Another highlight. 78 minutes into the game. And there's been a lot of action. Will Juventus completely go for this now? They've got 10 minutes remaining. And I probably should look to shut up shop. And I probably will soon as Iwandro gets through. And it's fortunate there. Defensive mistakes, and lucky for us, Iwandro's not having a really good day up front. He's missed a few chances. That header that led to the first Juventus goal, probably should have scored that, and obviously that shot there should have done a lot better. Probably could have kept running. Anyway, we're on the attack now. Jean-Claude Kaba beats the defender, and just can't get a shot on target. That is why he didn't start for us. Parker whipping in the corner. Eden Hazard picks it up at the edge, plays it out wide so it can be re-delivered from Parker. He decides to play it shorter and gets it to Eden Hazard, who gets his fourth goal of the game. Bow down to Hazard. Jesus Christ almighty. Eden Hazard, who scored the last time Chelsea won the Champions League with a penalty in the normal time and probably a penalty in the penalty shootout against Bayern Munich. I mean, I couldn't see who scored in the shootout, so I can't actually tell you if that's true or not. But wow, Eden Hazard, talk about the game of your lives. Talk about the big players stepping up to the big games. I mean, that's Drogba-esque there in terms of the final performances. You know, I don't think I'll probably see a better final performance than that. But there we go. Chelsea have been crowned European champions. Chelsea have won every single competition they've entered in. It is the Chelsea domination years. There's no way around it. 5-3. I mean, we could have done better defensively. Should have done better defensively. But Eden Hazard, when a player is on that type of form, there's no stopping them. And Oscar as well. Great year all round for Oscar. And 2 assists today to add to his name. Kaba's assist did technically count, so that's good. And also Colin Gell, you know, performed when we needed him to. Performed when I didn't really have much hope that any striker was going to perform from us. And also you can't take away from the fact new signing and Daye did very well in the right back. You know, only been at the club for a few months, but has already won a Premier League, an FA Cup, and Premier League, an FA Cup, a League Cup, and the Champions League. 4 trophies. Only been here for probably 5 months or so. So 4 months actually it would have been. Yeah, 4 months. So trophy every month technically. So let's read the thing. I got an achievement, Super Cup Glory. Don't know what that exactly is. I don't know what that achievement or whatever gives me. But there we go. We celebrate a famous quadruple. Actually, that should be that should be more than a quad. That should be 5. I thought they were going to say quadruple and list the Champions League, FA Cup, Capital One Cup, and the league, but they didn't. They've just listed the Community Shield there. But we have won 5 trophies this season. We've brought the Champions League back to England, and of course back to Chelsea. So jubilant, of course, the fans have to be after a Champions League win, any Champions League win. So congratulations, just another. This is a great moment for you. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits to be celebrating it. Performance was fantastic. After winning the Champions League, surely the board and the fans will be demanding even more, and I thrive under that sort of pressure. Eden Hazard is incredible. Oscar been tipped for a shout for being best player of the year. He's very impressive and deserves to be in that discussion. I'm just going to say no comment to their guy. I don't really care about them. A lot of people picked up a lot of money for us winning this competition, and a few youth players, including Redhead. Actually, the staff, I didn't even realise that was staff. Actually, a lot of staff then got it. It wasn't youth players. As well as players like Jim Campbell, Sydney, Adam Maurice. I picked up money for doing it, which again, I'd like to spend on coaching badges, but for some reason the game doesn't have that ability in it. Eden Hazard picks up 1.51 million for us winning the Champions League, and you know what? With the performance he put out there, he deserves every penny of that. So 8.4 million for the final. A lot of that is, of course, going to be going to paying out all of our staff and everyone and stuff like that. But we'll still pick up quite a healthy chunk of that, probably half of it, or more than half. Cabra is happy to stay following the win, even though he didn't start. The fans worship me. The fans of Chelsea are nursing hangovers tomorrow. The team, led by just another guy, brought home the UEFA Champions League. The secretary for the Office Supporters Club announced that Guy's skills and success as a manager would put many of his contemporaries to shame. In fact, are we now a legend at the side? I mean, I think anyone to lift the Champions League for Chelsea has to be considered at least an icon. I mean, you push a legend, and we're not on the legends. In fact, we're only a favourite personnel still. Bear in mind that I have won 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Capital One Cups, 2 FA Cups, a Europa League, a Champions League, and a Community Shield. I've won 9 trophies in Chelsea in 2.5 years. Not an icon. Not an icon, okay. Board are delighted, as they should be, for us getting there. They wanted me to reach the final, and I did one better. Drogba hails, wonder maker guy. Hazard, cream of the crop, creme de la creme. You know, you couldn't really describe how important he's been. 25.5 million for TV revenue as well for the Champions League, and Jean-Claude Cabba finished top goal scorer despite Hazard's 4 goals. Now, going into the Hall of Fame, I should have looked at this beforehand, but I didn't. We've now got 1,564 points, very close to breaking into the Worldwide Hall of Fame. In terms of our continent, we've got 1,385, again, very close to breaking into that and knocking Sven-Goran Eriksson out. In terms of nation, we are 9th, of course. That doesn't actually add to our nations one. I don't know why I looked at that. And in terms of nationality, I am now apparently a better manager than Brian Clough. Very close to beating Bob Paisley. Actually, that's not even very close. I should have looked at the points before I said that. But now just behind Bob Paisley as the best English manager ever to exist. And one thing I'm looking forward to in the future, or hopefully in the future, is seeing a few other English names emerge. So by that, what I mean is, if we go into the actual Premier League, I mean, there's no English manager currently at a top English squad. Now, if I were to look at my Gibraltar save, Man City, for example, are managed by Nigel Atkins in there. But hopefully an English manager can take over Man U, maybe. That would be great to see. Eddie Howe's at Reading, but I don't think he's going to achieve much there. Neither Mark Warburton. Stoke are without a manager. Simon Grayson, I don't really see him achieving anything there. Tottenham don't have an English manager. Dean Smith probably won't achieve much at West Brom. But it'd be nice to see a few English managers manage top teams in England and start competing with me for the Hall of Fame. Also, we're like the Worldwide Hall of Fame. It'd be nice to see other managers emerge into this list. For example, if I were to go on my Gibraltar save, there are a lot of managers who have only started winning trophies from like the game's beginning, and they've now broken into the Worldwide Hall of Fame. And it'd be good to see maybe in 5-10 years time, you know, once we're near the top of this table, maybe that new managers and other managers who are continuously getting points in game still competing with me for the top of the Worldwide Hall of Fame, and to kind of create a managerial rivalry for me. Because right now, I don't think there's a manager in the game that is currently matching my rivalry. I mean, technically you could say Pep, because he's at Everton and did really well with Everton, but I think Everton have their limitations. I think they still do. They might be a rich team now. No, I don't think they have changed owners. So, in fact, we can check that. Oh no, they could get taken over. So maybe Everton and Pep could be a rival for us in England. But I'd like to see like maybe Pep and me battling for the top of the Hall of Fame at one point. That would be a great sort of managerial rivalry to have. But this is it for now for Chelsea this year. I mean, I've got no other updates to do for you. Brazil, I've obviously not got anything to really talk about with Brazil. I've got a few, well, 2 qualifiers over the summer. Then I go on a break, and then we come back in August and stuff. So the next time I will meet you back will be the start of the season. It will be the Community Shield against, I think, Manchester United. Like I said, I'm not sure if it wants, if a team wants the Premier League and the FA Cup, if it goes against United or it goes against Man City, the team I beat in the FA Cup final. But whoever we're playing in the Community Shield, there's a fire alarm goes off, so I better wrap this up quickly. Alright, so the fire alarm stopped. Don't worry, no one died. But yeah, whomever I may meet in the Champions League final, I'll meet you back then. Bear in mind, I've also got European Super Cup, and last time I played in the Super Cup, of course, it was actually before, I think it was actually, I think it was before the Community Shield, or after the Community Shield. It was one of the two, because Man U, I think, played in the Community Shield before this game. So in fact, when I meet you back next, it could be a European Super Cup and a Community Shield combined double live com, which should be good. But that would all be in key highlights. Wouldn't be as long of a game as this one had been. But yeah, until next time, guys. Peace out.